Let's get right into this review for Novocaine. Alright, so Novocaine is directed by Dan Burke and Robert Olson. The story follows Nathan Kane, played by Jack Quaid, who needs to save the girl of his dreams from very awful people that kidnapped her during a bank heist. And the big twist with this action comedy is that the main character can't feel any pain. What can possibly go wrong in this heroic story? Now, to get right into the main question, what did I think about the story here? I found this film to be a decent time, but nothing more than that. At the end of the day, this film really embodies a fusion of dumb, funny, and a lot more dumb. And to be honest, I thought some of the best parts of this film were before things got kicked into third gear with all the action and whatnot. The setup in Act 1 was surprisingly a bit more emotionally tugging than I ever thought this film was going to be. And the beginning segment was a moment where you were able to resonate with Nathan and his lifestyle situation. Hell, you even wanted to cheer for the guy in getting together with the girl of his dreams. But once the narrative steps into Acts 2 and 3, majority of that built-up grounded realism ends up getting tossed aside, and the narrative ends up being drowned in a comedic style of Dumb and Dumber level of storytelling. I mean, don't get me wrong, I 100% was expecting an absurd B-tier story. But what I wasn't expecting was for the story to dip into the C-tier level in most of its screen time, especially after witnessing the initial setup in Act 1. I also thought some of the side characters here were pretty lacking, especially Jacob Batalon's character Roscoe. His role in this story just didn't do it for me at all. Also, the comedy here was definitely a hit or a miss. I was able to get a few solid giggles once in a while, but I also found many of the jokes to not land at all. Anyways, let me also take the time to talk about some of the positives here. I thought Jack Quaid was awesome. He was great in this, he was great in Companion, and I'm really excited to see him reprise his role as Huey in The Boys again. The rest of the cast for Novocaine also seemed to have understood the assignment for their characters, and I thought they all held up well enough within the confines of this story. And I also found several of the fight choreographies to hold up pretty darn well. These were some brutally creative fight scenarios that should please the fans interested for this aspect in the film. Also, you can just tell by watching the film that the cast had a blast behind the scenes, recording these silly and chaotic scenarios. So props to all of them for showcasing all of that energy on screen. After everything considered, my final score for Novocaine ends up being 6.5 out of 10. Again, it was a decent time at the theaters. I wouldn't say my time was wasted watching this, and if what you saw in the trailers already piqued your interest, I don't see how your satisfaction for the film will be any lower than mine. But this is definitely a one watch and done film for me. Anyways, thanks for checking this review out. I appreciate you all for watching up until this point, and I hope to see you again. But until my next upload, peace.